their cold, prying, dead hands is probably a good idea.
Yeah. But let's think about this for a second, though. If we get more than one, where are we going to keep them?
With the king of the greatest army ever.
I think we should split them.
Well, yeah.
Are you talking about splitting the party?
No.
Just the keys.
Yeah, we shouldn't have more than a couple on us, period. At the most.
Yeah. No, I don't even like having one on us, but until we get a larger foothold.
I kind of do, actually. But just one. And like
that,
talking about prior, yeah, that's all
maybe
that
he
stuff.
can track them, see, from wherever the fuck he is and tell his minions exactly where we are when we have them.
Yeah.
So I don't like it.
Yeah, because I'm worried about those new necklaces that they could also be a homing for us.
They only work, 15 feet or some small distance away?
You don't know. You guys haven't figured out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, as we're aware of.
Yeah, I mean, you tried a little bit in the town and figured out that if you're on a different floor, it doesn't really work. But you haven't figured out distance-wise yet. You haven't tried that yet, because right after the town, you guys went to take out these guys.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really do us any good. Really, how the fuck, if it's 5 feet above us on a little mound, we're not going to be able to track it, so it can't tell distance.
I mean, think of it as activating a magic item. At the same time, you might need a command, a certain way of using it. You know, maybe we're just scratching the surface of what this thing, or what the amulet is. Excuse me. And then maybe I'm still worried this is some sort of like, I don't know, tactical nuke. Say the magic word and kablooey, oh.
That's not good.
Not giving you ideas there, by the way.
I would never be that evil.
Yeah, never. Said all GMs ever. Don't worry. You can hit the button. Nothing's ever happened in the last 5 years.
Somehow, Thrain might survive that because if
of course, you're on. You're the Frankenbear.
He's the Sharkenbear.
I'm gonna get Sharkenbear.
All right, well,
Sharkenbear. That thing's actually weak as hell. Looking up.
All right. Well, I have started the stream officially, but that's okay. No worries. That's fine. I mean, general chit chat is no big deal. I don't know about Dom. I don't know if he ever got the message or not.
Dom's in the back taking a nap.
Probably.
That's pretty.
Here, we can do a great backstory on Dom. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
This could give me inspiration. We last left Dom with the fight, but magically he was gone because we think Carl has taken Tim to his happy place. What will happen to Dom next week when he gets away from the happy place? If he will ever.
Ooh, that actually is pretty good.
Maybe Carl said, "Let me invite you to my house so you can meet our family, my family."
There's a fucked up family.
Mom, Dad, this is a dragonkin, blah blah blah, and then he'd probably be like, "What the? Your family's hot." Exactly what you'd probably say too, right?
Probably.
Your family's hot as hell.
Let's say as he returns to the group in a gimp suit.
All right, well, we can go ahead and start. If he catches up, he catches up. If not, oh well.
Cool.
I'm ready to start. I've been ready.
All right, well, this is episode 20, 21? Somewhere around there. We've crossed the threshold. We're into double digits. Have been for a while. I think it's 21 if I recall correctly. But I could be wrong. This is Heroes of the Hearth, for those who are paying attention. I know I have 3 different games going on. Sunday hasn't come up with their cool name for their group yet, so they're just stuck. This is my Monday game. Normally it is on Monday. Due to Irma being hardcore raging bitch, she decided to mess with my plans. So, last we left off, they had finally encountered, and well, they believed they encountered their arch nemesis, arch rivals, those who were specifically designed and trained to hunt heroes of the Hearth themselves. Managing to capture two of them and killing one of them in the process. That is kind of where we left off while they're trying to figure things out. We'll say you guys just kind of camped there for the night because you guys were worn out from the brief little battle that ensued. During the night, Esperini, as you sit and focus and keep thinking about it, like the keys are going over in your mind again and again. You get a vision. You see the world map, which I still need to get created. You see the world map, and you see a bunch of dots appear.
Okay.
No real context
Color?
to it other than that. They're all various colors. But you have a feeling that what you've been mulling over in your mind, you were just given the answer to.
Awesome. So I will relay this since I will trust everyone. Yeah, I would have no reason not to. And I kind of tell them, hey guys, this is what I've actually been shown. I'll show Thrain and everyone else, Malin, Titan, etc.
Okay.
Now I will ask this: so where we're currently at, does that show the gemstone or the key that we currently have?
Yep. Yeah, as you put it together, because you start with where you're at on the map. Like you guys pull out the big world map and you start marking off locations. And the first one you mark off is the one where you're at. And you're like, okay, well then these are definitely the keys then, at least from what I gather. You see another one, for those paying attention to Roll20, not far away.
I'm sorry, where was that?
I know it's kind of a
Okay.
dark color. Hold on.
Is
There we
there
go.
another one in the Blood Plains?
Yes, there is another one in the Bloodplains.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need to know that one. Well, that's very interesting. Maybe we should check that one out.
But first, torture.
Is there any others on this continent
No.
that we're currently in?
Aside from the one you have, the one that's in that mountain range, and then the one in the Bloodplains, those are the only three that are on this continent.
Okay.
There's actually one, as you go to mark it on the world map, there's no continent where you're marking one. At least not on the map you have.
Hey.
It sounds like a great job for Shark and Bear if it's underwater. We'll be on the road. We'll watch him go. We'll just be, drinking Mai Tais, and he could jump in, do his shark and
Hey man, we
bear
go to the forest,
things.
kill a bear. We go to the ocean, kill 2 sharks. And then
Yeah.
the magic happens.
Wow. Thrain, you do notice that one of the markings he does, which is out in the middle of the water, you've seen an actual world map more recently, Thrain. He marked one on a continent that exists, but to the rest of the world doesn't exist.
Which one is that? It's not the dragon one, right?
Nope, it's your home continent.
Yeah, I'm not telling anybody shit.
Well, let's focus on these first. So, what do we want to do with our... I'll look over at the 2 guests.
Do what you want. I'll follow your lead.
We could always offer them a choice.
Yes, I agree with you. Are you going to be useful?
Of course I am. I'll help any way I can.
Not you, silly. Point to the prisoners.
They just glare at you.
Now, they're bound and gagged, correct?
Yes. You guys specifically said that when you tied them up.
Because we didn't want our sorceress friend here to try to do anything.
Okie dokie. Well, let's see. Who's first? Anybody got a piece of gold I can borrow? Flip it.
What?
A single gold. Heads or tails.
I'll give you one. I flick a coin at you.
I'll just watch where it lands. What's it land on?
Oh, I give it to you.
Here, I'll roll a d2, right?
Yeah, I'll roll a d4. Fuck it. Okay. Heads it is.
Alright, that's the wizard. So, is it nighttime or daytime?
It's nighttime right now. Like Esperini woke in a start, and he quickly told you guys all this information. Like half of you guys are still kind of, because you're tired. But he was like, hey, I got to tell you all. And then suddenly, as he began speaking, like you guys were suddenly more interested, more awake. We will say you guys thankfully did get enough rest to qualify under the long rest category. So you have all your spells back, all your hit points are back up, so on and so forth.
Awesome.
Okay. So are we we're right next to the river, right?
Yes. You guys did end up moving near the river, and that's right. That's where you guys ended up stopping. Is you went to the river to get your bird back, and then you camped out there for the night.
Okay. Well, I don't know if anybody wants to watch this, but Esperini, I might need you to speak, because I'm not so good at politeness or tact.
Sure. Ty goes over and just breaks a finger.
He screams through the.
I'm gonna be like, whoa, man, whoa. There's no need to torture yet.
Yes.
Let me be the good
Mine.
guy first.
Oh,
You are not very tactful.
no, I am. I just kind of look and I go, just think this is what happens when you just give me a horrible look. Now imagine what happens when you displease me. And I turn around and walk
Let
away.
me persuade them. Let me try to persuade them. See if they'll listen to me
Roll.
before you can do whatever you want to them.
Well, because of what you just did, roll an intimidation check with advantage. He's a wizard, man. He's a freak.
I mean, you can talk to him while I'm dragging him then. So.
Intimidation?
Not you. Dice.
Wow. That was amazing. Wow. That was amazing.
Wow, that's impressive.
Holy
Can I roll for
crap.
persuasion? See if they listen to me.
Sure, go ahead and try. Because the intimidation didn't work. Look at that. Okay, what do you say to him to try and persuade him? Because it works.
As he's doing that, I cast Son of Truth.
Alright, I'm going to say, look, now you can either talk to me or you can talk to them. And trust me, they have ways of making you talk. So I suggest you talk to me. Otherwise, they're gonna break your fingers. And if it's not fingers, they'll do something worse to you. So, what do they say?
He doesn't say much. He's got a rag tied in his mouth because you guys made sure to bind their mouths and hands.
All right. Do you understand?
He nods.
Yes or not your head.
Yeah, he nods his head, yes.
Now, should I remove it? Should I remove his gag?
All right. So right before you do that, DM, just to let you know, I'm going to let him do the talking since he's doing well. The first words that I kind of detect that are going to be more like spell-wise. Shoot, I gotta see if I have that spell.
I'm going to say, now I'm going to remove your gag. But if you so much as try to make a conjure word or a spell, I'll burn out your tongue. Do you understand me?
He nods.
All right, I'm going to remove the gag. Now, tell us everything you know.
You're destined for failure. You will not succeed. As far as you know, Malin, he is being truthful about, at least that's how he feels. Um, whether or not it's true is a different, whether or not it's true, that's where Zone of Truth gets kind of weird, is because in his mind, it is true. He truly believes that you guys are going to fail in your quest, and that shit will happen.
So as he says that, I turn to him and say, "Do you feel that because your master is so powerful, or do you feel that because there's an actual prophecy or something?"
Prophecies are for cowards. He just looks at your group. Chronons makes his own prophecies, and he has declared. Ow.
I look over and I go, "Can I break another finger?"
Hang on, hang on.
You're paying attention to the chat.
I am.
I'm doing
If
that.
you tell us,
And another one.
if you tell us everything, we might be merciful.
By the way, Malin, when he said prophecies are for cowards, he's lying. That was a bold-faced lie. And
I thought they couldn't lie. They can't speak a deliberate lie.
is where thus avoiding. Okay, yeah, you can't speak a deliberate lie. Well, it's a lie, but it's not a deliberate one on his part.
Okay.
Which means there's some kind of truth to it, which means that there is a prophecy somewhere, but he's avoiding answering directly that question. Sorry, yeah, I had to reread it.
So, you're not going to tell us anything, are you?
You haven't asked any questions.
I did ask you the first question.
Yeah, tell me everything. I'm telling you everything. He's being honest.
All right. Who?
We not actually have a list of questions. I turn.
All right. I'll let you. All right. I'm gonna let him answer the questions. If you answer wrongly, the gag goes back on. Or they'll break your fingers. So much as one spell, I'll burn your tongue out.
Or as Thrain is doing,
All right.
giving him small paper cuts to last forever.
All right. He's all yours.
It's a lot worse than that.
I know.
All right. Do you know the locate? Where do you have? Does your side have any of the keys?
Yes,
Where are they?
with our generals.
Where are your generals?
Not located on this continent. He hasn't lied yet.
Would the general who was burnt to death count as one of the generals who had a key?
No.
Do you know why a red dragon, an ancient red dragon, took time out of its day to kill him?
He looks very confused, but does answer no.
Do you know what are the names of these generals?
Damn you! I had my list somewhere. Hold on. One is Captain Kirkland, or General Kirkland. The other one is General Fisher.
I like that you Freudian slipped out Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So you have two of the keys, and so each of the two generals only has one key.
Correct. I'll tell you if he lies. So far, he's been honest with you about everything.
Which continents are they on, and what cities in those continents are they probably at?
One's in Gondorak, the other is on Gold Torum. Gundurok, you guys would know, is where the orcs and the half-orcs originate from. That is their little island chain. They call it a continent, but it's really just an island chain. Goltorum is the land where the Varks and the Varkos, aka the dwarves and the dragon-blooded dwarves, come from.
Let me know when I
Do
can
you?
answer the question.
This is my last question. Did your group have any leads on any of the other keys?
There's a small dwarven settlement near the mountains, where there's one being held by a former king, and there's one in the Blood Plains.
All right, my real last question. You are aware if your god takes over, he will kill you, right?
Then I'll be with him and I'll strengthen his power, and he will assert his dominance over the pathetic.
But he doesn't kill people. He annihilates them. There'd be poof, you're gone, miss. Maybe like a light snack or something.
If that's what you wish to believe.
It's very distracting, Thrain.
I know, isn't it? Because he's screaming with that stuff at that point.
Thrain, hold on.
I'm done with my questions.
Please.
I wish I'd known this earlier. I'd have sent the nice angel lady to the Blood Plains to pick us up a key.
Yep.
So, what is your name?
I am Evra.
Hello, Evra. Do you know who I am?
Yes, we are made aware of your existence.
What is my name?
You would be Esperini.
Oh, so...
Crazy bastard here who's
How
been
do
cutting
you
me alive
know?
is Thrain.
So, how do you know so much about us? Are we just that famous within your group? Are you a special group in particular?
I'm sorry, Titan, that's funny as shit. I saw, just as you're saying that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
No, when you asked me, right when you said, I was like, "Say my name, bitch."
I know, I was thinking
Sorry.
it too. He looks at you and goes, we were specifically tasked with being your problem.
Hey, are you high?
So, since there is, let's see, a bard, a ranger, a, well, former paladin, and you two, who else are we missing?
The druid.
Did we see him before when we were doing the scouting, or no?
No, you didn't see a druid with a mix.
And what were you doing with these prisoners that were in the cages?
Taking them to Outpost Piketty for processing.
Processing of what?
Well, that's an interesting term now, isn't it? What kind of processing?
They were to
Are
be
they cheese?
They were to be Sorry, that's hilarious. They were to be sacrificed to Chronons.
Not on my watch.
We found a way around the keys.
Really? Do tell.
He looks at you and he looks at a couple of the others, eventually answers. Each key, if you want to work around it, requires a particular sacrifice. Or several.
How many innocent blood have you shed?
During the war, not enough. As of right now, for the keys, none yet. We just uncovered this information.
What would happen if the key came up and you already had done it? Would the key still out trumpet?
I don't know. They they didn't give us that much information. They just told us to collect prisoners for removal of the need for a key.
And who was the person or group of people that found this information out? I would love to discuss things with them.
They're the clerics of Chronons.
Is there a large gathering of them in the outpost?
No. There's one
Who is the
per.
one
There's one per
doing-
front.
Who is the person doing the executions in the outpost? And as you can tell, as the more and more I'm going along, the more angry I'm starting to get with all this.
Mm-hmm. He's looking between Thrain and Titan and you, because he's watching what they're doing in the background behind you. That would be Commander.
And does the commander have a name?
Kieran Dolls.
And Kieran Dolls is a...
He's an Ordica. He looks between the others in your group.
He does what? I'm sorry?
He looks at the Ordica within your group.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is he lying?
Now,
No, he's been
here,
Malin. He's been honest the entire time.
so now the million gold piece question. And I'll just take my spear out and just lay it on the ground in front of me. If you had me in custody, what would you do with me?
He looks at you. You guys are to be brought before his altar and sacrificed personally to Chronons.
Wait, how would he personally sacrifice us?
No, we're to.
And I'll just hold it. I'll just hold a hand up whenever he says that.
Not Chronons personally is to sacrifice you. We are personally to bring you before the altar, and we are to kill you in person in front of the altar, which is his prison cell. Supposedly, the blood of the heroes will remove the elemental curse upon it.
Interesting.
Where is this at?
In the Temple of Elements.
Do we know where that's at?
Where is it?
Have you
Well,
guys...
everybody should know where it is.
Yeah, you guys all know where it is.
Okay.
The Temple of Elements is where you guys all were.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say to him, you need Helm in your life.
He's a bitch.
And once again, I'll just put my hand up again because I'm just it's signaling that I need to finish talking to him real quick. So going back to what I said, in this situation, what would you do if you didn't have to take me to an altar to kill me?
I don't know. My only orders were to bring you before the altar and slit your throats right there.
So you would just let me go.
I doubt that. The commanders at least would want time with you. Kind of like you're doing with me.
Have I done anything bad to you?
And no, but you've allowed your friends to.
Hey, I was the good cop.
I am but one person. I cannot control everyone. Just like your group. Why would your ranger go south with your bard?
Because they have
I was praying he went into that segue. It really was.
Because they have a ship docked near Gano. It's under a different flag.
And where are they planning on going?
To the heart of where the effort was originally started.
Do we know kind of what he's talking about?
You're thinking he's probably referring to the war effort, which means the heart of basically their capital city. which you would know is. Actually, you guys haven't run across it yet. But you would know
Yeah.
that
Alright, so
Conway is the Nemesi continent, and he specifically says Conway.
alright. I will try and joke with him and say, "Oh, you mean the Montan?"
Please. Having corrupted officials is one thing. Being the center of all activity is a whole different.
I'm trying to get him to say where it is exactly. That's why I just threw out like the big city here, if you know what I mean.
Well, why didn't you say so?
He screams.
So, my question to you is this: what should we do with you or your friend? What would you prefer that's within what you would do for us if the
I would-
roles were switched?
I would like to raise my hand.
Just-
How about-
just-
How about we take them with us? We'll give them a fair trial. Take them before a judge. Give them a fair trial, and hopefully, let the law decide their fates.
He smiles. He smiles very widely and very disconcerting at that.
Ty just shakes his head like, no, I don't think we need to do that.
Because you do need to answer for the innocents you killed.
I have an idea.
Who says we're done yet?
I also have a quick question before we kill them. I mean, take them as prisoners further along. What flag is that boat under? And what is the name of the ship?
Smart move. I was waiting for somebody to ask.
I didn't get there yet.
Yeah, he was gonna get to it. I get it. He does tell you
Alright.
he does. By the way, I was looking up
It's fine.
the capital city of Conwy. That's why it took me a minute. He does tell you they were going to Rayarder, which is the capital city for the Conwy for the continent of Conwy, which is the Nemesi homeland. I'm spelling everything out for you guys, just so you know. He tells you the captain is Issa de Navarre. She is a loyal Chronon's follower. And the ship is the Shapiro.
I'm gonna walk off at this point and motion Thrain to follow me for a second, and I'll ask, "Do you gentlemen have him?"
I got him covered.
No breaking fingers.
No breaking fingers. Damn.
If he moves, just throw him in the river. I'll smile.
All right, we'll walk off just a little bit so we're kind of out of earshot, and I'm going to ask Thrain, is there any way we could have your friend come pick them up, maybe?
My friend?
Your fiery friend.
He means Sarah.
Because I think we do not need to be taking them, however, somewhere more protected would be better.
Take their amulets and anything else of any magical aura. So hopefully they can't be tracked. If they're tracked, we're putting our people in danger.
He screams.
Jesus. I'm like, we need to make a decision quick before he starts killing people.
Personally,
As you hear him scream, Tyne goes, he was trying to do something with his fingers.
Roll a deception check.
Oh no, he's not trying to be deceptive.
Oh,
at all.
okay.
He's just like, hey.
I swear I saw him do it. I swear. Yeah, that's
If
it.
anyone asks a question, this is what the answer is, guys.
I lift my eyebrow up and say, and sparks come from my fingers. Do you want him back, or should we just leave him like this?
Well,
You have a minute to decide.
it's up to you guys. If he's your friend, I say we bring him back. If he's your friend. If not,
What?
sorry.
Using the term "friend" very loosely.
No, like, okay, I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, who are we talking about now?
Well, Esperini, the followers of Chronons don't care for their own, so they won't care for a prisoner if that's what you mean using for a bargaining tool.
Oh no, not at all. I'll put it to you this way: if you want to do what you do, or well, and I'll look just over at Titan, but he kind of does ish. That's up to you. I will not be around when this happens. However,
What's important is we need to
Taking
know
us-
as Stark.
you're fine. Taking them with us is a horrific idea.
I wholeheartedly agree. However, why don't you have a sit-down chat with our other friend if he knows anything more, or maybe he outranks the other one. Who knows? However, maybe the screams of his compatriots will speed his decision. And with that, I suppose. Hold on. Guess we gotta do it. Hold on. Thank God. All right.
Wasn't going to interrupt.
With that, I'm gonna walk over back to the broken-wristed pile of meat that he is
Does
missing.
everyone else need them, or just us two?
That was everybody.
Oh, sorry.
I only
Okay.
saw two.
I
Oh
know.
God, I didn't see shit. I'm too busy breaking wrist.
Too busy having fun.
Yeah.
Thrain and Zinjin, as you guys are kind of, because you're not just standing there talking to each other and ignoring the rest of the world. You guys are kind of keeping, your visions out. Both of you could swear, but you can't be for certain. Can swear that you thought you saw something a distance off. It almost looked kind of like a flash, almost as if the sunlight was glinting off something. Malin, same thing for you.
Do you guys point it out?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't care.
How far away was it?
As you're trying to look in that direction, you don't see the flash again, but from the general direction they're pointing and from what they say, it was probably a good several hundred yards off.
Oh, okay.
Actually, what I will do is say, Titan, deal with him. I'll be back.
I snap his neck.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm not even gonna. You know what? Just do a strength check just for fun.
Oh God. Watch me roll a 1.
That would be hilarious. Oh,
Yeah. I'll take it.
I'm gonna pray to Helm for his soul.
okay.
What I'm doing is moving towards the flash, but invisibly.
Roll stealth check.
26.
I look at the other one and I go, you might want to think about being more truthful than he was.
All right. I'll walk
I
back
kick him
over,
into the dirt.
and I'll say the exact same thing. One thing that looks like magic, and you will not like the results. And I'll kind of look over at him.
Well, the magic one's
I'll
dead.
say,
No, this one had spell components.
Yeah.
Spell components on his belt too.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I thought only one of them did.
No,
Okay.
they both did.
Okay.
I did not personally want him to die, nor do I think he should have. And look over at Titan when I say that at this point, or by our hands, to be honest. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Which way was it, by the way? The flash?
It
East,
was
north, south?
It was south, west.
Okay, I'll be in the water then.
It was further away from the river. It was more
Okay.
here, actually.
Down that way. Okay.
Yeah. It was more heading
South.
like, yeah, almost towards like as if you were gonna go to Gano.
Can I make another perception to see if I can see what's making it?
Sure. From what you're able to tell, just by the looks of it, you assume it's probably someone on horseback.
How far away?
Quite a distance. There's no way you'd catch him in time. Not even.
How far away?
It was about several hundred yards as you started moving closer. We'll say it's probably back to about 100 yards or so.
Oh, good, because I got 3,600 yards on my bow.
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
So,
go on giving the ranger the 50 Barrett for a.
yeah, pretty much. So
Well,
I'm gonna line up on it and embed him an arrow and shoot for the rider.
Okay. I'm going to make the DC a little higher because you're trying to shoot a moving target that is moving further away from you. But go ahead and roll it. Fuck,
go.
Jesus. Roll your damage.
Hold on, I got other damage to go to. And then
And
That's not going to kill him. Ranger had full health.
No, but it could hurt him.
Yeah, that did hurt. Poison he's immune to, though.
okay. Well, in that case,
Does it knock him off his horse?
yeah,
Let
that
me-
should. I
you
mean,
know
it's
what?
a great bow.
You know what? Let me see. Yep, you watch him fall.
Um,
I'm gonna call for the others. The
Titus-
ranger, and I'll sprint towards it.
yeah, I'm gonna say
I'll
Titus
go
is
with you.
sprinting and dashing forward.
Okay.
I'm staying back with the prisoner, and I'm saying one stay with me. I don't care who. Stay.
Fine, I'll stay with you.
Smart move. Okay. For the two staying back, roll a perception check.
Wait a minute. Are both the big guys going towards the ranger?
I don't know, are we? I'm invisible to you unless you have a higher perception than a 26. But I did yell for.
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
ranger?
I didn't know Thrain. Are you? Because Thrain, you're going forward, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Thrain is.
Okay, then I would stay because he's a big guy, and I wouldn't want to leave our little squishy guys by themselves.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then roll your perception check.
And I didn't see shit.
Well, hold on. I have to remember what he has.
But would one of you guys want to go with Thrain to back him up?
I'll be following Thrain.
Okay.
Yeah, I say us three are good.
Karn for the win.
Come on. I was not planning on this guy even being an issue.
Is he within 60 feet?
Oh, Jesus. This is gonna...
What did I see?
Hold on, let me see. See what he rolls first. Nope, y'all don't see him. But,
Oh, sorry, I forgot to put my perception.
no, you're fine.
How does blood vision work?
Oh,
I
blood vision.
see you.
Oh, Malin does. Malin sees him. Just barely catches him. You just barely, just off to the right of you guys, a little ways, just on the other side of the river, you actually see some movement, just real low to the
Wait,
ground.
How far away is that side?
Is he in the water?
No, he's on the other side. He's on the other side. Like you're on one bank. He's on the other bank. He was, in some tall grass. You just managed to catch an eyesight of him, and you guys are probably a good 30 feet away, if that.
All right, I will make sure that everyone can get to him easily. I, like Moses, have parted the seas. Go
That
straight
is
for
so
it.
awesome. Well, the sad thing is they didn't see him. You're the only one who saw him. So you parted the sea and you parted the river, and they're all looking at you crazy.
Go that way. He's right there, next to that tree with the
Yeah, you give.
yellowish bark circle up there.
There you go. You give a description. Do you guys start heading that way?
Yeah, I'll go that way.
Yeah, I'll go too.
I am still staying back with the prisoner.
No.
Okay.
I could probably take care of it myself. Someone might want to
But-
stay with them.
Fine, you can go with him. Fine, you can take care of him.
No, I just like kind of look up like, oh, I don't want you to get hurt.
I'm a cleric. I can take care of myself and the magic user.
By the way, Thrain and those who went with Thrain, he's outrunning you. Even hurt, he's outrunning you. The horse did stop. Apparently, it was well trained, so he got back on it.
Well, as soon as I can see him again, I'm going to shoot him with it.
Oh, shit. This poor ranger.
Take aim and use a pinning shot.
Don't have that feat.
Oh, man. Well, you could always take aim.
Eh.
Oh, God.
The sad thing is, Thrain's never going to miss this, because if Thrain was about to miss this, I'd just give him +10.
Now, DM, remember how you said with the next campaign about less magic items?
Yes, I know. I've already fixed that problem.
Yes, he has.
Next campaign, what?
My next campaign, I'm going to go easy on it a little bit. I mean, I mainly did it because at one point in time, there were only like 3 people playing, so it was like Thrain and 2 others playing.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of make up that slack. Now that I have more people, I'm regretting it. Hold on,
Well, I did give up my swords, and my swords I would have been doing 400 plus.
Yeah, those swords are vicious. But you would have had to be in close range for those.
True.
And I am doing the damage for it, by the way.
Titan could have thrown one.
Yeah. Titan, as you start running across, let me get to them real quick. Thrain, you hit him again. He does stay on the horse this time. You can see he's actually holding on, but you did hit him square in the back. You can even see where you hit him. Titan, as you go running forward, all you see is this little blur start, little trail start running, because all he sees is this giant, massive guy coming at him, and he's like, "Fuck this! I don't get paid that much."
I tell him to stop. Please stop.
Roll an intimidation check. I'm kind of curious on this one. I know your last one sucked, but
Oh, God.
he pauses for a half a second, not enough time to really let you catch up, and then hauls ass again. What's your move?
What's his movement speed?
I was just getting ready to ask you yours.
Mine is 60.
Oh, fuck, you're going to catch him. His is 30.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'll dash twice.
Okay, you catch him. What do you do when you catch him, real quick?
Well, what can I see about him? Because if he has like a bunch of weapons out or something, I'm not gonna I want to play it a little different.
He is an elf. The most you can tell is he's dressed kind of in leathers. And you can see he's got a short bow. He's got a sword on him.
Is the sword out or is it?
No, it was in his it was in his sheath.
Or sheath? Okay.
Yeah, because he's currently hauling ass.
I just grab him by the neck, like lift him up.
Just out of sheer fun and curiosity, roll a strength check. Not that I think you're gonna fail.
I could. I mean, it's a possibility. Would it be a strength check or athletics?
Do whichever one is your strongest one. I'll go with that one.
26. Jesus. That's not bad. Could be better. Watch this elf roll like a 30. I'll be like, motherfucker.
Impossible. Nope, he fails. You snatch him up like he is, he's a redheaded stepchild. You just whoop, got him.
And I use my other hand to make sure he can't grab his sword out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you grab
So
it.
that way, so that way he can't stab me with it. And I start bringing him back
Okay.
to the group.
I see you brought a prisoner.
I caught this little rabbit.
Anyone got some rope?
I actually use my elven rope to tie him up. Just to add insult to injury.
Awesome. Okay. That is insult to injury because he is a full-blooded elf.
And I'll just drop my net on him, just because.
Just because.
You think he needs me? You think I should heal him so he could talk?
He isn't hurt.
He's not hurt. I didn't hurt him.
He got two. He has 2 arrows sticking out of his back.
Oh
no, not
guy.
that one. No.
Different guy.
No.
This is a different
No,
one.
tie and grab somebody else.
Yeah, Titan grabbed the rogue. That's who you guys have. That's why. Yeah. That's why you're so sneaky. That's why they took a high roll just to see him.
AFK 1 second. Be right back, guys.
No problem.
Good.
I'll go to Thrain real quick.
This is gonna be funny.
What do? You've put 2 arrows into him, and he's still hauling ass. I mean, with his horse, he's got bonus speed in a sense to him, and he's pushing
but
that horse.
See, you forget one thing. I use my teleport ring to teleport right on the horse and tackle him off.
God damn it! I forgot about that fucking thing.
I'm gonna beat this motherfucker to a bloody pulp.
Hey, we need him alive.
Roll just for fun. Roll a dexterity. Because
a
you're
save
trying.
Or just a straight dex.
We'll do a save because you're appearing on a moving horse that is hauling ass. Yeah, I didn't think you'd have an issue. All right, as you appear on the horse, shocking the shit out of the ranger, who has 2 arrows in his back, which you just push further into him. So he screams out in pain, and he turns and looks, and you just grab him and, basically fall off.
Yep. I use him as a damn surfboard.
Ouch.
I'll roll an acrobatics for that to see if I stay on.
Yes, please do. Wow, Jesus, look at those rolls. All right, I'm going to say due to the fall and the speed he was going. He's taking 10 points of damage alone. I'll say you take 3 just due to the fall. Even with the acrobatics, you're still going to take some because that horse was moving at full speed.
Now I'm just gonna hop onto him and just start beating his face in, saying, "This is for my bird, you sack of fuck."
You eventually knock him unconscious. It wouldn't take much at this point. You've already put 2 arrows into him, which, by the way, oh shit, I should add extra damage for that.
Actually, they're not arrows anymore, so you don't have to do that.
They're still shafts, and with you pushing,
Okay.
I'll just say he'll take an extra 6. He's still, doesn't kill him, so don't worry about that.
All right. I'll just go, grab him by the scruff of his cloak if he has one, and start dragging his ass unceremoniously back.
Okay. All right. Esperini.
Tiny yells, "Don't forget the horse!"
Too bad he's so far away.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Horse didn't do anything wrong.
Esperini, both of them come back. Titan holding the little rugged rogue, and Thrain eventually comes back with the group in tow. And Thrain is dragging. Oh, look, the ranger.
Is the ranger alive?
He looks unconscious. He does have. He looks like he fell and took some damage.
Yeah, he wasn't here for that.
Yeah, he's looking hurt, but you can see at least he's breathing when Thrain finally stops and kind of just unceremoniously plops him down near the fire.
Okay, that's fine.
I deliberately put his feet right next to the fire so the pain wakes him up.
Okay, he wakes up with a start.
And my bow, with my arrow knocked, is in his face if he tries to move.
Well, it looks like we have most of your complement now.
Shouldn't have hit my bird, retard.
And I'll look over at the ranger and I go, not a good idea.
The ranger is human, by the way.
Even more reason for me to hate him.
Tyne goes, those look painful, and rips out the arrows.
Oh, okay. That just.
He does it carefully, though. He doesn't want to kill him.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say probably knock him back unconscious, but
That's okay. I got water.
I just wake him up, wake his ass right back up.
Okay.
So, we were talking to I was talking to the Eldritch Knight, correct?
Correct.
Now I'll look at him and I'll kind of look over at the other two and be like, if you want to bind them, that would be an amazing idea, guys.
You're not going anywhere, human, are
Now.
you?
And I'll look back over at the Eldritch Knight at this point. Let's start over. Sorry your friend died to him, and I'll look over at Titan. But you have to understand our urgency as well. I know you do not believe in what we're doing, but it's also what we do think about you as well. So, with that whole thing out of the way, who is the leader of this group of yours? You can lie to me now if you would like.
He says Varric.
And I'll kind of not getting more upset with, or like trying to play more like I'm becoming more like Thrain, but it's starting to kind of wear off a little bit.
Yeah, these people are getting on your nerves.
Who is Thrain? Or Thrain, shoot. Varric. Who is Varric? And I'll be like pointing, Ranger. And then I'll point over to
Shakes his head.
Rogue. It's like.
He's the barbarian.
And where would we find the barbarian?
As of right now, probably on a boat getting the hell out of Dodge.
Did we see the barbarian in the town when we were doing our recon or no?
No.
Okay, so we didn't see the druid, we didn't see the barbarian.
Yeah, those are the. No, sorry, you did see the barbarian. He was in the village, but he was one of the ones that disappeared. Yeah, he's the half orc.
Okay.
But you didn't see the druid.
Okay, that's fine. Now, where are you from?
He looks at you confused, as like wondering. You can tell he's wondering why you're asking this.
You'll see why in a minute.
Well, I understand.
I would tell him that's none of his business.
He says he's from Ilvisbard, which is mainly the gnome halfling community. It's a whole continent where they basically have their own little place.
Now, wouldn't it be amazing to go back there? As a free person, do whatever you like.
He goes, no.
So you'd rather die and not go back to where you're from? You have no family. You have no one else that cares about you then, except for your God that just wants you to die then, correct? Is that what I'm understanding? I mean, enlighten me on what I'm missing here. So you are basically a slave to a deity that cares nothing about you except to serve him and do whatever he wants you to do whenever he wants. Is this what I'm understanding?
No.
Because it sounds amazing to me.
I have no family, and he pays really well.
What is he paying you?
For the heads of all of you, he's paying me $1 million apiece.
Is he paying you and not getting murdered today?
It's a risk.
Is he paying you and not getting tortured today?
Also a risk. When I took the job, I knew, I'm aware of the risks that happen when I am hunting someone.
That's funny. Didn't look to me like you were hunting anything, I'll say, with my eyes still trained on the ranger.
No, it's not really.
I guess that's what you get for having a barbarian as head of your party then, huh?
He chuckles.
So your barbarian and druid probably left on the boat because, let me think here. You were the lackeys, and you were the expendable ones, so they could get away and do whatever they needed to do. Is this correct?
No, we have.
And you can just tell the sarcasm is really getting thick. I
Yeah.
mean, as per almost to the point of just like, the lawful good is the only thing that's saving her, basically saying, next, and
He looks. No, we all had an agreement that once we split up, we would all meet back at the correct location.
And where was this location? See, this is the beautiful thing of questioning.
Rayadar.
Is the zone of truth still up or no?
No, it would have faded by now.
No. That I have to. I can recast it if you want. It's only a second
No,
spell.
it's fine. Okay.
But you have a feeling he's not lying to you either, because so far he's
Yeah, that's fine.
he's pretty much confirming what the other one said before you guys killed him.
So, after you delivered the sacrifices to the outpost, what were you to do next?
Continue our training and to study what we know of you.
Is there a store in the outpost?
So why didn't
no.
you? Oh, sorry.
Or sorry, yeah, there is. There's a small general store, but you guys aren't even there yet.
Alright. I'll go there once we get there.
Go ahead, Hesperini.
So, I have very few more questions for you, but just a few. Why haven't you claimed what was supposed to be yours in Gano from the general in the makeshift tavern in the bottom floor?
He looks confused.
Isn't that where your items were supposed to be that you were training for?
No,
The
those
general
are
and I
extra.
had a wonderful. Interesting. And at that, I'll basically look at everyone else and us, and I'll just look back at them and say, so, I'll ask you the same question I asked your friend here. What would you have us do with you right now?
I'd say free me, but I'm not stupid.
Would you?
To be
You would
quite honest,
honestly
no.
free-
No,
Would
I'd
you?
kill.
I'm asking you a question.
I'd kill you and save the problem.
Interesting. Okay, and I'll just at that point just move the thing back up to his mouth and head over to the next person.
We'll say it's the rogue.
Real quick, Titan, can you keep an eye on this ranger for me?
Yeah, no problem.
Last time we kept an eye on somebody broke their neck.
I was
Yeah, don't
told to
kill
take
him.
ca-
I have
I was
plans.
just told to take care of him. All right.
And I did say take care.
Took care of him. He's not going to be a problem anymore.
Fair enough.
Just saying. It's the simplest solution.
Okay. The rogue who's awake and who watched and has been glaring at the fighter the whole time. He doesn't say anything. He just sits there.
Titan farts on him.
No, that's the ranger you're thinking of. The ranger's
No,
still.
the rogue.
Oh,
The
okay.
rogue. You said the rogue is giving me the stink eye.
No, not you. He's giving
Oh.
giving his buddy the knight the stink eye because
Oh,
the
okay.
knight was too forthcoming with the information. Of course, the rogue doesn't know what happened previously.
That is true.
Okay, I will walk up to the rogue and be like, and he is what now? What race?
Elf, if I recall correctly.
Elf. Okay. I walk up to him,
Hi, yeah, he's an elf.
be like, how are you today?
He just looks at you. He's still got. Did you take the gag out?
Oh, I'll do the same thing of, if you cast a spell, if you do anything like that, or try and scream, unfortunately it will not end well for you, as you can tell by, and I'll point over to the one guy. So, do we have an understanding? Because I really don't feel like dealing with that, and I'm sure you don't feel like going out that way. Or do we have a mutual understanding, yes or no?
He nods.
Okay, here we go. Go ahead and take the thing now.
Okay. What do you want to know?
So, how you doing today?
I was doing fine until your oaf of a companion got a hold of me. He looks over at
Well,
Dighton.
you know, some days you win some days you lose some, right? Some
He
days
shrugs.
you make good choices, sometimes you make bad ones.
There's not much more
But
I can
my
tell you
friend-
that he already told you.
Well, you're very snippy, aren't you? Well, you know what, friend? Let me tell you this. Here's how it goes. You have a very interesting dilemma on your hand. What would you do if I let you go?
To be honest, I would continue hunting you until I brought you all before the altar and slit your throats personally.
For gold? I mean, really? I mean,
No.
think about this for a minute.
No, not for gold.
For what then?
The knight's doing it for the gold. I'm doing it for the pleasure.
Mm. Well, I hate to break it to you. I don't think the pleasure you will get will be today. And I'll just go ahead and put the thing back up on it.
Okay.
And I'll look at the rest of the crew and I'll be like, if you guys want to ask questions, feel free. But my patience is starting to wear a little thin at this moment. But I think we've got
I'll
most of it.
yell from what I'm doing and say the ranger is mine.
Can I
You
talk
managed
to the
to.
ranger?
No.
Okay.
He's got a hard on for the ranger because the ranger hit his bird.
All right. So, and the Eldritch Knight was what race again?
Gnome.
Yes.
Got a gnome, an elf, and a human. For now.
Yes.
All right, you guys do what you're gonna do. I'm thinking about something for a minute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you do?
Not
Thrain?
to hold this up.
Yeah, sure.
Whispered you what I'm doing.
Okay.
Are we still in the forest? Or are we
No,
going back
you
to
guys are out in the plains area. You guys are near a river because it was just parted a little bit ago.
On roll 20, whispered.
I see.
Well, I'm just gonna get a little rest.
Okay. You guys watch Thrain as he grabs some 4-inch logs and he begins hammering. He hammers them into the ground. And then you can see him grab some vines.
Esperini will not even look that way because I have a good idea what's going on because it's not what I'm doing. That's all it matters. I've learned if you know what I mean, as far as, to keep the lawful good going.
Yep. What do the rest of you do?
I just look at the rogue and go, is there anything you need to tell us?
He shakes his head no.
Anything you want to confess or to convert to a different god before, your soul gets given to the soul devouring one?
He rolls his eyes. He looks
You
down at his
remember
he looks
his,
down at his chest. You notice he doesn't wear a symbol.
What god is yours?
He shakes his head. Means
Remember,
he
guys,
doesn't follow one.
I put the
Have a pleasant
back in my
oblivion.
mouth.
Yeah, he's got the gag back in his mouth. So I mean, he's responding with shakes and movements. But yeah, he just kind of looks at you guys. He looks really unimpressed.
Just wake me when we're ready to leave.
All right, Jin falls asleep on you guys. You watch Jin just curl up and lay down.
Yeah, because Maker knows I can use the rest.
Okay,
I'm doing this. I'm doing this in character, not real life.
gotcha. I gotcha. You guys watch Thrain as he drags the ranger over and ties one arm to each log and kind of puts him, just strings him up that way.
I use my fancy elven rope to make sure they all are binded very well.
Okay. Oh, it ties very well.
Does anybody have a hand axe? Or a dagger? Would I have a skinning knife? Let's do that. Well, no, because I would need... Can I attempt to fashion like a stone axe?
You can find a stone that, you actually find a piece of stone that looks like it's been weathered and aged. It'd make a decent enough point. If nothing else, it's going to hurt a lot more.
Yeah. Out of game. Well, whatever. I need it to break bone.
That it would probably do, but after a couple of hits, you have a feeling it would be worthless after that.
No, screw it. I guess I'll just roll the strength checks. Okay. Well, if nobody else is going to do anything, let me know now, because he's going to stop.
Do what you want to him. I don't care.
All right.
The only thing I'm going to say right before you do this is at least gag him so we don't bring more attention to ourselves. If you must do this.
He shot my raven. I think the screams will be comforting to my bird. Won't it, Falafel?
She calls.
I'll just darkly smirk at Esperini and move back to the ranger. So if anybody else has anything to do, do it now, because I don't want to take the floor.
We can just say you torture him.
Oh, no. It's got to be colorful. This is revenge.
Okay. Ranger will be wishing he killed the bird first.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to ask him, because he doesn't have a gag in, what he's doing here in Penryn. What are you doing here in Penryn, Ranger?
I'm gathering intel on you guys.
And how's that going for you?
Better than you think.
I'm much of a ranger if you get caught, huh?
He chuckles.
Ah, well, you hit my bird, and for that you must die. You know that.
He shrugs. Apparently I need
You,
to aim better.
Yeah, apparently. Shows the lack of skill in Cronon's choices.
He shrugs.
Are you a follower of him?
No.
And whom do you follow?
No one.
No, that is unfortunate. I hear the Void's a pretty lonely place. But it can't be helped. I shrug, and I'll go behind him. And here's where it's going to get a little graphic.
Right before you do anything, he starts screaming in pain. Like you haven't even touched him. Like you went right behind him, and he's screaming out in pure agony.
Well, that's good.
I'll look over at this point and see what's going on. See if I can see what's maybe like something's popping out of him or something,
Roll a perception check.
or something burn him. Oh, that's going to be a lovely all night.
I'll help because I'm trying to
Look
help.
at
I need
that.
help. Well, I'll help anyway. I'll help you because I'll be wanting to.
Hey, not bad one actually. Remember, kids, when you're making your own character, don't let perception go to the wayside.
Everybody lets perception go to the wayside.
Not well.
Well,
Do I? No, I don't.
No.
That's persuasion. Oh, let's start saying no. There you go.
Malin, Esperini, and well, Thrain, since you're right next to it, your DC was a little lower. On his left arm, you can see some kind of strange, eerie reddish glow.
I cut off his arm.
Okay.
Well, no. I will attempt to block that. That will ruin my plan. My kill.
He said it. Roll your attack. Just to see if he can succeed. I mean, DC is going to be super low. Holy shit.
Jesus.
Roll your dex check, Thrain. Nope. You just go to you don't realize until it's too late that Malin already has his axe mid-swing and coming down, and you're like, oh, that crap! And you watch as he cleanly severs the arm off.
Is it still glowing at this point?
Yep.
I would like to
Are
Eldritch
you?
Blast on it.
I'm saying this out character. Are you torturing that guy?
I'm not anymore.
I am afraid that's some sort of like
Someone's about to get 212.
So I'm actually trying to cast Eldritch Blast on it with the knockback feature of 10 feet for the 3 bolts. Just to knock it away.
Okay.
Let me throw that out there for you.
Oh, I wouldn't have had you roll.
Took away my.
It's good enough. All right, you knock the arm. Well, it only goes so far because he had it tied up.
Oh, okay, well.
you do knock it actually with the amount of force behind the blast. It actually knocks it. It pulls it free of the ropes.
I just want to make sure it's past Thrain just a little bit, just in case it does explode or do something like that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it goes far enough.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check for this.
Okay. Well, the good news is he stopped screaming once the arm was cut off. But, well, he stopped the agony screaming. Now he's just screaming because his arm is cut off. Nothing
So what this
explodes.
is for is, I'm gonna go ahead and guess this was for saying you worship no god, and that mark was placed for obedience.
Come stop being such a bitch.
You cut his arm off and then you heal him. That's hilarious. I get what you're doing. You're healing his wound. I gotcha. No, you have no idea. Unfortunately, with the most you could tell is he did something to piss somebody off, and they responded in kind, which means magic of some kind of nature. He did stop
Yeah.
screaming as soon as the arm was severed. Well, stop screaming as bad as he was.
I'll just grab his bleeding half corpse and throw it in the river.
It was just his arm. He's still alive.
Well, I mean, I
Malin,
can't do what I wanted to do, so
fair enough.
I like how sad you are that you can't kill him in the exact way
I
you
know.
wanted to. You're like, well,
Yes.
well, he doesn't have all of his limbs anymore. I can't have my fun.
I was gonna give him the blood eagle. Can't do that without his arm tied up.
Well, you couldn't do that by staking him out either. You need trees for that.
No, I don't. I need him in a kneeling position, bent forward, so I can cut open his back, rip open his rib cage, and rest his lungs on his shoulders.
I think we have different definitions of the blood eagle, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm an acid tree dude. It's Viking stuff.
Can I understand maybe what was going on there?
No, but I always thought that the blood eagle was like you have two trees, pull up the chest, and you cut open the sternum, and the chest slowly pops open over several hours.
No, the lungs are put up over their shoulders, so it looks like they have wings.
Either way, that's fucked up. Roll an intelligence check, Esperini.
I think I'm gonna wake up now.
Nope.
Yeah, there was enough screaming that unfortunately you're not getting much sleep.
As
It's
soon as
done
he's
now.
in the river, I'm diving in and I'm eating him.
Okay.
I'm going
Using a
like
big swallow.
I'm going like, what is wrong with you all?
Yeah. Well,
When we get back to town, I'm giving you all a lecture on Helm.
the rogue. He said he didn't have a guy, correct?
Correct.
I want to see if I can get to his same arm and see if I see any kind of like tattooing or anything like that, branding maybe that might signify the same thing.
Okay.
You can't identify it. Bring it to me. I'll do my best to help you out.
There's my swallow. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. As you check his left arm, nothing.
Right one?
Nothing.
Let me try if you bring it here.
Do you check the arm that was severed?
Yeah, I'll check it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. This is what you see branded on his left arm. Discord chat.
The third street's the Saints mark.
Florida lease.
It's the fleur-de-lis. The Saints only stole it. Don't.
Yeah.
The French had it long before the Saints were even a twinkle in anybody's eye.
That's not true. Didn't the Saints make that? As or no, I'm just kidding.
Ah.
And that's where he dies today.
All right.
But yes, the Saints do use it as a symbol.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him what this symbol is.
You have no idea.
Oh,
Hey, baby.
Hey, they're not doing fish fillets right now. They're only doing quarter pounders, nuggets.
Okay.
Are they doing Big Macs?
Hey, Witch, if you're trying to talk, we can't hear you.
Then do
I'm not.
2
Oh.
quarter pounders.
Me
I
being
haven't
done,
tried to
I'll
talk.
I'll crawl out of the river and
Alright.
say, let's put the other ones out of their misery. I grow bored of
Later, my
this,
world.
and somebody, I'll glare at Milan, ruined my fun.
Do we
Now you
lose
just
somebody?
I'm gonna.
tie him to tie the shoulder instead of the arm.
I'm
Give
gonna.
him the baby.
I'm gonna pray to Helm for their souls.
Okay. Zinjin, by the way,
Oh.
with the intelligence check, the most you know about the symbol is that it's rarely used. It used to be used as a symbol of slavery. It specified who was a slave. The fact that it was causing pain you've never seen before. Alright, what do you guys do? If you check any of the others, by the way, any of the other bodies or the people who are still alive, no one else has it.
Well, I ate a slave. Teddy.
No. Oh, yeah, that's right. You had the leftovers.
Mm-hmm. And I'll rub Zinjin's head. Well, aren't you the good little Boy Scout?
I'm a cleric. I'm supposed to pray for your souls.
So,
Let's just go back to the outpost.
we never were at the
You
outpost.
mean,
You mean the village?
Rama Village? Because we do need to clean that out.
No, we didn't clear that out. The nearest friendly one is Gano.
Yeah, the nearest friendly one is Gano. Rama Village you guys didn't clear out. You guys went around it because you saw your arch rivals.
However, Rama Village may be under siege because we did have people attacking it. We just moved ahead.
Yeah. I'm still wondering if, and I would not want to be saying this in front of all those guys in case somehow they can do like a conduit thing or something like that back to whoever they report to.
Hold on. Problem solved.
Knocks him out, I assume.
Well, if an arrow to the head knocks him out, then get on.
Oh, you're just gonna kill him?
Yep.
Anybody stop him?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm doing that.
Make sure we take
I'll-
all their gear off of them.
I'll
and stuff
actually just
before he
kind of
kills
hang
them.
my head low, but I mean, it's inevitable, unfortunately.
I'll get
We
you a
have
list
no
of
way of
gear.
taking him to a safe place, to get, imprisoned or whatever, so.
No, this was a proper child. They were being paid money to murder people, and they were told to kill civilians. So, kill them.
Exactly. Karn would want it that way. They don't deserve mercy because they give none.
But we did get some information, so that's the main thing. So, gentlemen, we do have a few options now. We could try to get back to the ship, see if we could see the barbarian and the druid possibly, but I think we would be too far gone where we could not get to them in time. Or we could try and find another key, but since they said they can bypass those with sacrifices, I'm not sure if that's the best course of action.
Our sacrifices. So, having the key doesn't really make us less in danger or not.
Right. But they did say the dwarf is the one that had the one in the mountains over here, I believe, correct?
There
Yes,
is
one there.
a former
One
dwarf,
there. One here.
a former dwarf king who holds one of the keys.
And there's still a dwarf stronghold or something like that over in the mountains there?
Yep.
Actually, that's a good question. So, are the dwarves aligned with us right now, or are they more neutral at the moment?
They're aligned with you guys.
What is it, the finger? Give me one moment, please, and I'll walk a good 60 to 100 feet away.
Okay.
I love how you guys keep calling it that.
Let's keep going. I hate sitting around doing nothing.
Other than
we
standard
could
stuff
go-
he has spell components. This is what the knight had on him. I'm going to do for each one. So that way, if you guys want to collect it or put it into the, bag.
Split the gold evenly. You can have the rest of the equipment.
All right, Thrain. And I am not even making up this numbers. This is what they had.
What is a
Very well
short rod?
That's
It's a
my
typo.
fucking typo.
It's a typo version. It's
Sword.
a mythical sword.
Yeah, it's a
bow,
super,
or
sword.
short sword. It's so sharp the W comes before the R.
Smart asses.
So I don't know if we should go to the villages right now because they are definitely not friendly.
I believe contacting this fallen or former dwarf king should be in order to at least bar them two. So they have to find two sacrifices of virgins or whatever it is they have to sacrifice. Of course, he has 666 gold.
I shit you
Fucking
not.
rangers.
That is exactly what it had on them. I'm using
Well,
pre-made character sheets, and
yeah.
that's what they had.
You probably shouldn't tell anybody what the ranger had because it's in my belly.
Oh yeah.
So until I shit it out.
Whoa, TMI.
Okay. So do you guys
That's
head
gonna
back?
leave some.
I would like to push forward to the door.
I'm fine with that. I would like that.
I have to get a thing at the general store anyway.
The nearest general store, good sir, is in Gano.
The outpost will have one, but it's currently under enemy control, and you guys aren't tough enough to take these guys on.
1,200 miles away.
Well, let's just get to a village. Maker knows I could use a drink.
Either way, it's 1,200
Well,
miles.
Yeah.
Unless you go back to the
maybe
village.
dwarf will have a drink. No, I don't really want to partake in another battle. Maybe we could check the ruins. Maybe somebody survived in that crater, but I doubt it.
All right, whatever works.
So I'll lead the way past the village. If there's anything around the village, I guess we'll stop. If not, we'll push on towards wherever it was marked in Esperini's drink.
You going to the blood plains, or you going to the mountains? Mountains, okay.
Mountains.
Mountains.
Fuck, not the
Yeah.
mountains, yeah.
Blood plains later.
Just making sure. Just want to clear it up. It takes you, because you guys do have your horses, don't forget. It doesn't take you very long. It takes you 1,200 miles, we'll say about a week and a half to get there. And as soon as you get into the wooded area near the mountain range, you can see what looks like. The best description I can give is picture what Helm's Deep looks like from Lord of the Rings. That's what you run across, except it's run by dwarves.
I will put a white cloth on a stick as we approach.
We are not surrendering.
But there's nothing to surrender. We're just not getting shot on sight.
What color is the Parley flag? Is it white?
Yes.
Damn it!
Parlay is also a fucking pirates thing. The hell? Usually the battlefield commanders would meet in the middle, but seeing as how, we're 5, 6, and they're like 6 million, I think a flag would suffice.
Well, you don't get shot. You don't get shot as you guys approach, so that's good news.
For shits and giggles, I'll put one of the hot signs on the flag. because
Okay.
they can see that far.
Either way, you still don't get shot.
All right. We come to see your former ruler.
You hear from the battlements, "Aye, there ain't no former ruler here. There's only the one and true king."
Well, perhaps he may aid us in our search. Would you be so gracious as to let us in? We will, of course, abide by your traditions and your rules. You need me to roll a persuasion for that?
Yeah.
And deception, because I have no idea what the rules are.
All right, there's a deception.
I'll roll for persuasion.
Yeah, but you don't
Wow,
know
what are
the
you
you don't know
gonna
the
say?
rules. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what you're gonna say. I mean, it's a pretty decent roll for dwarves considering they haven't shot you. You come under a banner of parley / surrender. They're not too.
I'll ask if we can, please. We are running low on supplies. Let us restock here, and we can go. We mean you no harm.
You see them converse briefly up on the battlements, and then one of them you see him raise his, stubby arm and does a swing, a circle motion, and you hear as you watch the portcullis slowly raise. As you guys standing before the gate, as it slowly rises, you see behind it there are several armored dwarves, all with weapons, kind of just watching you. They're not, pointed at you, but they're watching you. You see several with like javelins and spears, but they've made no aggressive moves toward you. It's more of a showing.
I'll top off my horse. And would I know of anything of like would a dwarven commander come out to greet us personally from hanging out with Marco or Duncan?
You would know more often than not. They actually make you come to them. It's a dominance thing.
Okay, I'll just look up and say, off your horses. Dwarves don't like looking up, if you know what I mean.
They let you and the horses in. I mean, but yeah, we'll say you guys get off your horses. As you guys are let in, they were definitely prepared for any kind of war. You see hundreds upon hundreds of dwarven warriors, or at least Witcher Gathering warriors, because they're all in plate mail and dressed to kill things. You are led by a group of about 20 armed dwarves. Further in, you go into where they ended up making their last stand. You go into there, and sitting on a throne that is actually raised about 3 feet off the ground, steps of course up to it. You see a older dwarf sitting in a throne.
So he's eye level.
Yes, for you guys, he's eye level.
So he's under eye level for me.
Yeah, if you're taller than about 5'8", then you're still taller than him.
Oh, jeez. We're look down on him. I will, of course. Yeah, I'll
Can you speak
bow
English?
graciously.
Tell me any of you can speak Dwarvish.
Well, considering they spoke common to us already.
Yeah, the guys on the battlements did speak common to you. But it is a sign of respect if you use their own language.
Yeah. Nope.
Anybody know Dwarvish?
Nope.
Alright. Well, and you guys are
Would I
disadvantage.
recognize these as dragon-blooded dwarves?
No, these are regular Varks. These are regular dwarves. These are
Oh.
mountain Varks, so they're mountain dwarves.
Is that what Marco was?
Marco, I think, was a... Yeah, actually, he was a mountain.
Awesome. And what was Duncan?
Duncan was he was actually a mountain too. Come to think of it.
Sweet. So would I at least know how to say greetings in Dwarven? Like,
Yes, you would have, you would have picked up a little bit here and there. You're still not sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously you butcher it because you weren't practicing it, but you can at least say it, and it's something.
yeah. I'll attempt it. Do you want a performance or anything to see how bad I fuck up?
Sure, why not? You want to do a roll? Oh my god!
Well, I say whatever greetings is in horrible Dwarvish. I am Thrain.
You see the king just shake his head and put his hand on his head, like he speaks in common. Please don't do that ever again.
I wince a little bit and I say, I am Thrain. With me are the rest of the heroes of the Hearth, or what's left of them. I'm not sure if old Paz remember because it was 300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
While our bard, I don't know if his writs have reached this far, but we seek a gem of sorts.
Everybody make a perception check.
I don't like this. No, I'm okay. Oh no, never mind. That wasn't mine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it popped up and it like delayed, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, that's not."
Just waiting on Malin.
I think he dropped.
He's here in roll 20. But yeah, I don't think he's here.
Who the hell is Galadus, and why is he in here?
That is Mark, and he just wanted to listen in because he was bored.
Oh, hello, Mark.
I was going to say, you know him from Sunday game. He's usually in the Thursday game, but he wanted to listen in. I was like, sure, if you want to, go right ahead. I never stop people from listening.
Yeah, I think he dropped out of Discord. There he is.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Perception, bruh.
Okay, I got everything I disconnected. So what happened? I've been gone for like a minute.
You guys went to the Dwarven Stronghold, which looked remarkably like Helm's Deep, because it's the best description I can give without just saying Helm's Deep.
The last thing I heard was you butchered Dwarvish to the king,
yeah.
and he looked like he was going to cry.
Yeah, he did the face palm and was like, please don't ever do that again, and I had everybody roll a perception check. Okay, so yeah, you and Titan are kind of like, whatever. Esperini, Zinjin, and Thrain, you notice sitting right above him, there's this massive yellowish gem. The thing is,
Check the necklace.
thing is probably the size of your head.
Is that the color that corresponded to what I saw?
Yes, it is.
So that's one of the keys?
Correct. As far as Esperini's is aware of, that makes
Is
sense.
my necklace that I have pulsing?
Yeah. Anybody who was wearing one of those necklaces that the guys had it's now pulsing.
Well, I'm not wearing it. I just have it.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that. It's growing somewhere.
Well, whether you're wearing it or it's in your pocket or whatever, it's pulsing. You can feel it.
And I'll point to it. That one, to be exact.
Well, I'm saying, don't whisper it. Don't say it out loud. I'm going to whisper it to them.
Whisper what?
That gem on his throne.
Well, I'm just going to tell him what we want. Why the hell would we whisper about it? I'm just going to piss him off. You can whisper if you want. I'll just say, we need that one.
Well, that might be his prized possession.
And it is. You hear him say.
That gem there is actually a key to the cage or sarcophagi for Kronos, the Devourer. I'll say matter of factly.
So then why would I want to give it up?
Well, maybe you don't have to give it up, but I offer you perhaps an alliance.
In what way?
I am a major in insert, because I forgot the army's name here, and the king's name, or is the king in the notable people?
Should be. I updated.
I just know my commander. No, I don't see it. I have my commander's name though. In the army of High Commander Dante.
Oh yeah, no, it's not in there.
Yeah. Who serves under King, insert name here,
Alexander Quinn.
Alexander Quinn. And we are taking back the lands from Cronon's forces. Do I notice if he worships anybody? Does he have a holy symbol or any holy symbols in the palace?
You know the dwarves are very big on multiple worship, but a majority of the dwarves tend to follow their god.
Okay. I'm looking for, maybe he has a symbol of Karn.
Hold on, sorry, I was updating the notable people.
Thank you. Alexander Quinn. So I didn't remember that.
Specifically, he actually follows Hammer.
All right, well, damn. Anyways, that's what I say. I'm being completely truthful with him because if knowledge serves, dwarves don't like lying.
No. I prefer you just be honest and deal with the consequences.
Because you see, if Cronon's or his forces were to somehow get that beautiful gem of yours, that would be one key less that we have to keep him where he belongs.
We can agree to the alliance. The gem stays here.
Perhaps a test. I step up and say, perhaps a test to prove that we are worthy of the gem.
The gem is not going anywhere.
I glare.
His tone's getting a bit
hard.
more serious, and you notice the guards reposition themselves a little bit.
I glare hard at Zinjin.
All right. I take a step back. I was just trying to help.
Forgive my compatriots. You will have your alliance, good king. If I may have a word outside for a moment so I can get you an ambassador, perhaps.
He thinks you see a smaller dwarf kind of run up and whisper something into his ear. Takes a moment and looks at you guys. You and I can talk. The rest of you are welcome within the city. He stands up and you have a feeling you're dismissed is the best way possible. Thrain, obviously, you're the only one that he wants to see stay.
Okay. I'll look at Esperini with a raised eyebrow.
Just nod.
Gave you a free run to the city.
I'll shrug and say, well, you said they needed supplies. Dwarves are known for their smithies, and I know for sure you'll find no finer weapons this side of Thessalia.
Oh, that makes
I makes
the
magic
dwarves
shop
know.
in the city?
No. No magic shop. They haven't branched this far out yet.
Not even an artisan store?
You'll find a general store which contains basically everything else except any magical items. But you don't see any like even an apprentice mage kind of thing. You don't see it.
I'll call after them. We are guests here. Do well to remember that.
All right.
Okay. The rest of you guys disperse. Where do you guys go?
I'll go to the store then.
Okay. Esperini, Malin.
Esperini actually would like to go to. I would like to go to one of the armor shops.
Okay. Malin, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm just probably gonna go wander around and try to figure out the general defensiveness of the base.
Okay. Um, aside from Helm's Deep, it does have like a little culvert, but there's not a big enough thing where they can put a bunch of dynamite and blow it up. But there's a little river runoff, and you can see a short. You can actually hear a distance away that there is a river, probably a pretty big one. Okay. All right, Thrain. Real quick while they're wandering around.
Okay.
What can I do for you?
Well, good king, I would like to supplement your keep, glorious as it is, against these forces because they can attack both from above, below, and as I'm sure you've seen by your scouts, no doubt, by your brilliant battlefield technicians, what I've seen from your walls, Outpost Piketty has a sizable force, and you have something they want. So I would like to offer as much troops as I can give you within my rank to help bolster your defenses, good king.
He kind of takes a deep breath, and you see him kind of think for a second. Strokes his long gray beard that comes almost down to his like knees. It's braided, there's two braids in it, and they go all the way down, but he's just kind of stroking it. Very well, we could use some more forces.
Now, is there anything you can offer us in return? Not that we would ask anything of you, but our small token force that has made it here, the heroes of the Hearth. Should you have any supplies for the road or any info on the blood plains, actually, would be preferable because that is where the other key is located.
He waves to one of the dwarves who walks over. He says something in Dwarvish. Unfortunately, you don't know the language. And then the guy runs off. Short time later, he comes back. You see he's carrying a couple of scrolls, and he hands them all to you.
I bow to whoever brought me the scrolls and pick them up gingerly because when I look at the king questioningly.
One will be a map of what the blood plans used to look like beforehand, and a general location where we believe it might be. There used to be a city there.
Your graciousness knows no bound, good king. I thank you.
The other one is a protected route through the underground.
Protected by you or the enemy?
By us, as well as others like-minded. We have made some unusual friendships down below.
I'll smirk. Drow?
Half drow, but yes.
Well, let me get you what I have promised you. Where would you like them, sir?
Depends on their skill set. We could use some more archers, but we definitely are going to need some more infantry if they do hit us.
Let me assure you this, good king. You will find no better, other than yourselves, I have no doubt, and any sort of warfare you can imagine. Just please, if you would like, make me a list, and I will do what I can.
He nods.
I'll wait for him to do that, and once he does it, basically what I'm going to do is teleport back to where the camp is, get a hold of Commander Dante, and give him the request and the alliance I've made, and also the fact that the king is not giving up the crystal, but it would be wise to defend it because he's not giving it up, and obviously present him with the note that what the king requires.
Bro.
And after all that's done, I guess I'll go look for my compatriots. So I'll be out for a while you guys do what you do.
Okay. The rest of you. We'll start with Zinjin since he was doing the shopping thing. What are you looking for?
How much for some potions? Potions and possible ascending stone.
They don't have any sending stones. They do have some minor potions of healing. And they sell it to you for 350 apiece, and they have 4 of them.
350?
For a healing potion? Yeah, how dare I charge, something that keeps you alive. Remember, magic is still iffy. I mean, it's 300 years later, so it's a little more common, but healing potions aren't exactly cheap to make. Considering I think they're normally like 500.
Alright, give me a minute.
But yeah, so they have 4 of them for 350. He does say he'll offer you a discount if you buy all 4. He'll only charge you 200 apiece.
200.
Yep.
Alright. Alright. 800? 800 altogether?
Yeah, 800 altogether.
Alright, I'll take it.
Okay. You have the regular potions of healing, which are 2d4 plus 2.
Alright.
Other than that, they have general supplies, so if you guys need to restock or whatever. I know, puppies, I know. Anybody else? Esperini, what armor were you looking for?
Actually, instead of armor, do they have a orphanage
An orphanage?
or church? What churches do they have there actually?
They have a temple that represents most of the good deities. Hold on, I'll give you a list.
Especially if they have Blaziel, for sure.
Yes, they do. They have Aso, Solana, Xavier, Hammer, of course. Hammer's their biggest one. Karn and Blaziel are the other one that they have.
No Temple of Helm?
Hammer is the major god, so that's the one they go to. Helm would be within Hammer's realm. Remember, Fortis deities take precedence over any other deities. So they're considered major deities, while Helm would be considered a minor.
All right, I would like to go to, let's just say, 4 of the other ones, and talk to their priests and just basically give them a donation of 1,000 gold pieces each for anyone who's been downtrodden or would like any, needs assistance or anything like that.
Okay.
For for helping those that are in need that we will not need this for.
Okay.
And then when I go to Blazil, I will give 5,000 to that one.
Oh, starting a war. Nah, it's all good. Okay.
And when I go to the Blazil one, I will ask the high priest there, has there not been any fighting between Kronos' forces in here?
A few minor skirmishes here and there, but they haven't decided to test the boundaries yet.
Okay.
From what our generals are saying is, they were testing the defenses of the city and finding out if we were easier to be taken that way. They made the fatal flaw of attempting to fight a dwarf on his own territory.
Okay. And that's really all I needed to do. And then just go to a store, pick up some rations, stuff like that. That's about it. I just wanted, I have a lot of gold, so hey, might as well give some of it out, right?
Fair enough.
That is more of it's more of a penance for all the not nice things that Esperini has seen lately.
I know not what you're talking about.
And that I'm trying to penance for.
Okay. Does anybody else need anything? Titan? Anyone?
No, I got that.
If I can talk to the others for a while, I do suggest like trying to buy the gem from him, like with raw money. We have so much of it.
Well, you can talk to the others and see what they say.
This is what I'm doing now. Like before we leave, I'm like, we could just try to give him money to give us the gem. Do you guys think it will work? Or just piss him off?
I think it would piss him off.
Yeah, he seemed to be, when it was even brought up of trade, he seemed to be very offended by that. Whatever he thinks the gem is, it's of some kind of significance within there, and it seemed to, not only the king, but the guards themselves all seemed to get annoyed at the request. Basically, picture the heart of the mountain kind of stone, except it's yellowish. From Lord of the Rings. But picture that kind of stone, how big it is.
The Hobbit.
It's in Lord of the Rings too, technically. Well, the books, I should say. But yeah, just kind of picture that kind of stone. And,
Arkenstone.
yeah, and how they treasure that. So you can imagine how this king would treasure it.
No, I know this is going to sound stupid of Titan right now, but he's like, so why are we trying to collect the keys? Like, don't we want to keep them separate?
Well, mainly, I did not know of the king knowing
Mainly,
this,
I like
that he
this.
had it here. But think if someone had it that didn't know what it was.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if we keep one key and it never is taken from us, it's completely useless then. Because you have to have all the keys, right?
From
I
what you've been
understand
told,
that.
yes, but you were also told by your prisoners that they found a way around it, either through normal sacrifice or specifically sacrificing you guys. They found a way around it, but they did say it does require quite a few per gem.
Okay. So we just need to kill everybody then. Got it.
Pretty much, or at least kick their ass enough where they have to lick their wounds and regen their troops.
No sacrificing, though, gentlemen. Make no sacrifices to anybody. Just kill them. Make that perfectly clear. I was gonna say, is there any way I could go get my weapons dipped in silver?
Sure, they'd only charge you for they'd only charge you for a minor Say they'll charge you about 200 per weapon.
That's not bad.
Well, yeah, they say it's going to take. I mean, because they're dwarves, of course, so they're going to want to perfect it a little bit and make it all nice and really worthwhile. So they'll need some time with it. They say it'll take a couple of days to finish it up.
Are we gonna be here for a couple of days?
You can. No one's telling you you guys have to go.
I asked the king if his throne room is hollowed against undead elementals, fae, and fiends.
He looks at you. Aye, laddie. Our clerics reinforce it at all times.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. Thank you for the answer.
What do you guys do?
We chill in Dwarf Town while weapons get plated in silver.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to a chapel.
Once I get back, I know what I'm doing. So
I'm guessing, can we find any like super fancy weapons?
Just dwarven make weapons, which I mean they're really good weapons. I mean they're dwarven make, so of course.
Let's be honest.
But nothing better than what you got now.
I'm gonna go to chapel and pray to Helm.
Okay. And you do. You are undisturbed as you pray. We'll just say it takes the next couple of days. You guys just spend there. They do have a tavern and like inns and places where you guys can sleep and stuff like that. The king does not offer like the royal palace or anything. He just you guys are just visitors in his eyes. So he does mention a good tavern to go to. The Cracked Mug. He mentions is a real good tavern to go to with decent prices. But the next couple of days, if you guys don't do anything else, well, I'll just say you restock on needed supplies, and then
I have to meet with them the same day that I get back.
Okay.
So, do I have to track them down, or will you all be at the tavern?
I would say I would have also sent word to Canal about that ship.
Okay.
Like via bird or whatever.
Okay. You go to one of their little messenger coops and have a message sent out. Thrain will just say, process of elimination. You eventually find them all in bits and pieces, and then you finally all gather at the Cracked Mug to rest and get a drink, some good dwarven ale, because that shit's take hair, put hair on your chest and then burn it
Any
off.
juices?
Alright, I'll reach into the party's crazy ass bank fund.
Any juices at the bar?
Any what?
Juice. I don't drink alcohol.
The dwarf jokingly says there's a trough outside. He says, and we have milk.
Well, please then. I'm sorry, but alcohol ain't for me.
That's fine. It's a unique twist, and not everybody likes to drink, so, I mean, it's a neat twist.
Right.
Go ahead.
I put 1,000 gold down, and we will have a hero's feast while I tell them about it.
Do you have anybody who can do the hero's feast?
I'm in a dwarven hall. I would hope so.
I don't think he means the spell. I mean like an actual
Oh,
feast.
okay,
fit for heroes
gotcha.
crafted by him.
Okay, I was like, yeah, because there's a spell called Hero's Feast.
No,
Okay.
just dwarven version of hero's feast.
Gotcha,
Whole
okay.
hog on the spit and all that.
Oh yeah, you get plenty of food.
All right, first things first, as I call attention to the meeting. I'll pass out the last 2 patches to Zinjin and Titan, so they may put them on.
Nice.
Yay.
Are these?
And also, I have gotten these as a favor from the Dwarven King. Long may he reign, I say out loud, for the dwarf.
What's the patches called?
The Heroes of the Hearth.
It's a Hero of the Hearth, Heroes of the Hearth insignia patch.
The heart?
Hearth,
Hearth.
like fire in your home. Hearth, Hearth.
H. I tell him thank you.
Means you're official members now.
You
What does
earned
this
it.
do for us again?
If you are in sight of me, you are immune to charm and fear.
2 things I'm already immune to because how ugly ass I am.
Well, you know, it's the thought that counts.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Oh,
You're immune to fear because of how ugly you are?
yeah, because no one wants to get close to me.
Is that what the patches does?
Yes, but that wouldn't be immunity to dragon fear, I guarantee it, because dragons don't care.
The patches are immune to fear and
Fear and charm.
Charm.
As long as you wear it and are within range of Thrain, you will be immune to fear and charm, so no spell can affect you. So remember that, because I may throw bad guys at you that try and do that. You just have to remind me.
Alright, I put the patch on me.
Who is it that like how close do we have to be to him? Just within sight, or like?
Did we ever put a range on it, Thrain?
Within sight range, so like, what is it, 60 feet usually? Is your dark vision, so I'd say 60 feet.
Yeah, give or take. I mean, a little more if you're like out in the open and it's daytime. But
Yeah, basically, if I'm in eyesight or 60 feet near you and you know I'm there, my presence, basically. It's a presence. But anyways, so I unfold both the scrolls I was given, one being the underground route and one being the old map of the Blood Plains. And I'll point to both of them and say, we're going to the Blood Plains next, which is why we're having this feast, because I do not know what to expect. However, the king says we have an underground way that is guarded by his men and those of half-drow type, which are friendly to his people.
Esperine will look kind of confused.
We also have drow on our side in the alliance of sorts, fighting for us that come out of the Dead Valley over there to the east.
it's more of a enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be swallowed alive by a god who shouldn't be a god because he throws tantrums. Also. So, we're going to take the underground passage because, if memory serves, my mentor, long may he rest, I'll say a little bit somberly, had taught me that the Blood Plains were full of remnants of the last battle, of the last war, that we really don't want to be fighting. So I believe the best course of action is underground, though I really must say I despise caves. However, tonight I will work out a plan, and to everybody, we will embark on this journey whenever you wake up. So drink hearty, eat hearty, and hell, if you want to, find yourself a good dwarf woman. Awesome.
What's the women look like there?
There's not much difference between dwarven men and dwarven women, except that the dwarven women have less facial hair.
Less is not no. Remember that fact.
Oh, well,
Less what? Less what?
Less does not mean there isn't any facial hair. It just means it has less facial hair than the male dwarves.
Because there are two types of them. There are two types. I've seen many types. Some have beards, some don't.
Yeah, they just usually have less hair.
With that, I'm gonna go to the fire and I'll wait there because I'm gonna talk to my lady soon.
You peer through the fire. Yes, Thrain, what can I do for you?
I have located another key. It is here. I'm sure you know our location. The Dwarven King has it in his throne room. We have made an alliance with him, and there's now a contingent of Commander Dante's troops here. We will be leaving for the Blood Plains as soon as we wake. We're going underneath. I don't know if you'd like to join us or how the front's going there, but we could probably definitely use somebody with a level head on their shoulders.
Well, I don't know what you guys did, but it pushed forces our way, so we are a little swamped here. The fighting has become more intense. It's almost as if he already knows he's on a losing streak.
Very well. Do you need of us? Should we be victorious in the Blood Plains? Should we turn ourselves that way?
No, go ahead. Keep doing what you guys are doing. If nothing else, maybe it will divide their forces and keep them busy on two fronts.
Smart. Tell Serena her giant hunk of meat is a great addition, and thank her for me.
Okay.
I'll nod and move off and join the feast.
Well, after I'm done eating, I think I'll take his advice. I'm finding a woman.
Okay.
Good man.
But with green eyes, red hair.
Yes, I know.
And a full-length beard.
Hey, no beards.
She's got a little stubble. Hey, I never said they didn't have any hair. I just said they have little hair. Actually, I said they have less hair than their male counterparts.
Well, you only live once. But if you make me sleep with a dude, I swear.
No.
You're going to be a dude who slept with a dude. I mean, just get over it.
No way.
Hey, baby.
Maybe Helm rolls that way.
Hey,
Had the store. My feet are killing me, so I'm not gonna.
you only live once, so I'll talk to one of them. That fits my description.
I don't know what to fucking do. I don't know if I should wait for one of the other workers to get off work and see if I can hook a ride off them.
That's up to you.
Anyone in there? Or do I have to roll for it?
1 second. It's your call, sweetie.
I'll raise several toasts, especially to Titan and Zinjin, until he finds a woman for joining, and I'm gonna get pretty fuckered up.
Their wait times are like almost half an hour.
Real fuckered up.
If I find one, I'll give a thumbs up to you all.
In fact, well, I know you're probably on the phone, but I'm drinking. Was that Dwarven Fire Ale? Yeah.
No problem.
But oh, you're a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, mate. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm a little late.
Okay.
That's okay. I had them doing many cheers throughout the night. 'Cause
Alright.
trust me when I say, this is like the last place I want to be.
Back PM?
Alright, I'm back.
Arrow.
Yeah, you do find a female that fits close to what you're looking for there, Zin and Thrain. Or no, sorry, Thrain.
Me?
Thrain's looking for the drink.
No.
Yeah, you're
Mad?
Your
Sarah would
constitution.
kill me.
Yeah, your constitution. Yeah, you're snookered. You're well beyond messed up. It's been a while since you had a good dwarven drink.
Well, I'll just approach her and talk to her.
Okay. All right, lady. What can I do for you?
Hello, I'm Zen. What's your name?
Diana. What can I do for you? She seems a little flustered. You've been watching her run around, like taking care of all the tables and whatnot.
I was wondering if we could talk.
Can you wait till after my shift?
Sure.
I should be done in a few hours. It should calm down here.
Okay. What room? What off character? What room number am I staying in?
We'll just say 4.
All right, I'm on room 4.
All right. I'll come see you when I'm done.
All right.
The rest of you drink, I assume, to excess.
Titan does not, because he likes to keep his wits about him.
Yeah, I let myself get drunk pretty easy, and then just
Awesome.
head off to bed.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have a jolly good time cheersing my Karn brother over here. I'm gonna be really easy going with you.
Okay, yeah, you guys get for snookered.
Yo, DM, how you spell her name? I'm not getting wasted.
I'm not talking about them. But I know we are going to be losing some people here shortly. Here's the choice. We can leave it here because the next part is going to be a long session because you guys are going to be going through a cavern network. It is mostly protected, but doesn't mean it's going to be fully protected. Not the entire way to the blood plains is going to be protected. They will obviously go to their borders and then stop. So, which will mean probably some fighting and some, battling. So it's up to you guys if you want to drop it here for now, and we can pick it up Monday.
Well, let's finish our night. Well, I don't mind doing the battle next week, but let us finish our night in the bar.
Okay. So, I mean, if you guys, for the rest of you, since you guys are only going to get drunk and, roll out, going to get drunk and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm waiting for her shift to be over.
Yeah, it does take several hours. You actually almost start to kind of nod off because you didn't realize how long it was going to take.
I don't nod off. I'm an elf. I get short rest. I don't need sleep.
Fair enough.
Trance.
Yeah, so you kind of go into your trance for a little bit because you're like, oh my god. You're like, I might as well do something while I'm waiting. And then you hear a soft knock on your door.
Alright, night.
I'll answer the door.
And it's Grizz.
Yeah.
In a skirt.
Let's kill.
And Titan just goes to bed.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
He wants to be nice and sober in the morning.
Fair enough. So, I mean, if the rest of you guys want to go ahead and take off, you can. Out of game, that is, if you guys want to take off, because I know some of you said you had to be up a little early.
All right. Before I go to bed, I'm just saying, oh, hello.
Okay.
DM?
Hi. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I was lighting a cigarette. Yeah, you wanted to talk to me?
Yeah, please come in.
She comes in, she sits down in one of the chairs. My feet hurt.
Do you need some healing? I'm a cleric.
No, I'm okay.
So, tell me about yourself, Diana.
Not much to really tell. We just. Oh. Sorry, I looked at Discord wrong time. Not much to tell. I work here, and that's about it.
Husband? Boyfriend?
Nope. I don't have anybody. Too busy working.
Hmm. Uh, hang on. Tarot charm or something? Something to get romance? Something.
Roll a charisma check. Wow, that's something I don't ever say.
Oh, crap.
Well, you're not very charismatic, but she doesn't seem to mind. She does end up staying for quite a while, and you two just, just talk. You find out that she is the only female in a family of 6. She has 6 brothers, and she has 6 brothers. You found out her dad owns the very same tavern you're in.
Cool.
Other than that, she has dreams of eventually getting out there, but with everything going on, she feels it's more important to keep the spirits up of the soldiers who, are on the front lines.
Maybe. I'm just going to say maybe someday I can. Maybe someday would you like to come with me?
Maybe once things settle down, yes. But I need to take care of family first.
I understand. I'm. I understand. Well, off character, I'm not just gonna jump, because I don't want to freak her out.
Well, we can say
Or
that's the start. I mean, you guys talk for several hours before she finally says she has to go to bed. You find out she does have a room in the tavern. It makes it easier for her, less transportation to work.
which room?
She says she's in room 2. But she does tell you that she's got to get some sleep because tomorrow's going to be another long day.
All right, I'll tell her good night, and I'll sleep too.
Okay. And thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Those who stayed around.
Thanks, DM, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Yep, I'll see you.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Man, I thought I had a perfect GIF for the "she's not that easy" part. Unfortunately, I